Muhammad Abdullah was the original founder of Islam. In 700 CE, the angel Gabriel appeared before Muhammad and told Muhammad to recite from the Quran. In 622 to 632, Muhammad started to spread Islamic religion throughout currently Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, and other areas. The 5 pillars of Islam set the base for the Islamic religion. Shahada, Salat, Zakat, Som, and Hajj are the 5 pillars of Islam. Salat, or prayers, started in the early 700 CE and is still practiced today throughout all of Saudi Arabia and other countries throughout the world.
A child must begin to pray when they are ready and knowledgeable of what the prayer means. It is a guardian's job to introduce a child slowly into prayer, making it seem attractive for the child. When the child knows the meaning of the prayer and how important it is when they should begin to pray. Many times, the child will start this tradition after puberty because Allah directly links puberty and responsibilities. The Quran states that when a child hits puberty is when they are capable to take on responsibilities of a prayer. A male child is ready when he is sexually mature, and a female child is ready when she starts her first menstrual cycle. Once one is mature, they begin the full cycle of Islamic prayer. Many of the praying sessions are held in certain holy areas. A mosque or holy room is most common for Muslims to worship God. The mosque is composed of several parts: the prayer hall, an enclosed courtyard, towers on each corner called minarets. Inside is the holy symbol in the front of the room, with a big open area in the center. It is usually covered with a rug, but sometimes individual rugs for each individual Islam who is going to pray. When praying, the Islamic population chooses 5 times a day to show their appreciation to God. Before sunrise, or in Islamic, Fajr, one starts off the day in remembrance of God. In the afternoon, the Zuhr, or one again, remembers God and also asks for guidance. In the late afternoon, or during Asr, one, sometimes with others, it takes time to remember God again and also seek greater meaning for their lives. When praying with their community, this session is concluded with prayers for others by turning to their left and to their right and saying, "Peace be upon you, and the mercy and blessings of Allah." Maghrib is the prayer before sundown. One prays while remembering God, and when the day is close to end. Right before dark, Isha, one asks for guidance, mercy, and forgiveness before they go to bed. During these times a day, each Muslim chooses what to worship or the specific sayings before each session and position themselves to face towards Mecca, or also known as the Qibla. The first task is Takbar. Takbar happens before sunrise, where each Muslim prays and claims God is great before the day begins. Qiyam is the prayer in which one recites the first chapter of the Quran. Next is Ruku. Ruku is when the community gathers in order to face towards Mecca during afternoon. Qiyam is repeated again during the afternoon. And Sajud is to repeat and praise to God in saying glory to the God, the highest. Talashnud is a pause to reflect on one's prayer. Sajud is then performed again before evening, and finally, Talashnud again before going to bed. while praying in the religion of Islam. The first law is that one must embrace the religion of Islam. If one does not embrace the religion, the prayer is not seen as respectful. The next is that the person must be sane. If one is insane, it is seen as disrespectful and unholy to the community. The third law is the ability to understand. One must be at the age and maturity where they fully understand the prayer. The age varies for everyone. The fourth law is the tahara. One's mind and body must be pure during the prayer and have a mind thinking of nothing else but the prayer. Washing of the body is required and happens prior to the prayer. The fifth is cleanliness. One must remove all dirty articles of clothing before prayer and put a new clean set on, or it is seen as impure. The sixth is covering the body. A man must keep clothing from his navel to his knee, and a woman must cover her entire body, except for her hands and her eyes. The seventh rule is that you must pray 5 times a day at directed times. The next law is that one must face the holy mosque in Mecca to make a prayer valid. The final law is the intention of the law must be expressed by the worshipper. It is best to do this silently because it is in the heart rather than let out by words.
During one session's prayer, one must follow 9 rules that validate each person's prayer. However, sometimes during each prayer, people can make mistakes. There are 9 rules that state the invalidation of one's prayer. The first is talking while praying. Talking purposefully or without knowing is seen as unholy and disrespectful to the community. If a person speaks or talks unknowingly or forgets that it is unlawful, the prayer is not rendered null or void, and it is not seen as holy. Also, the second prayer is laughing out loud or giggling while in prayer. This also includes whispering to people that are next to you to show that you are not showing respect towards Allah. The third is eating or drinking while praying. This shows that one is not paying attention towards the prayer, that you are not showing respect towards God. The fifth is uncovering the parts of the body that must be properly covered for both men and women while praying. If a man decides to take off certain parts of the clothing, it is registered as unlawful and disrespectful towards the community. Same with women. The sixth action is intentionally deviating significantly from the direction of the Qibla. This includes getting up and leaving during one's prayer. The seventh is excessive, unnecessary movements while in prayer. This includes like shaking or just changing position. One must keep one position during the time in order to keep focus. The eighth is preceding the imam in any act or movement of the prayer. The imam is the person in front of the room that instructs prayer, and if one crosses towards, then it is seen as disrespectful to everyone. The ninth and final is doing anything that nullifies the absolution. This includes certain gases and disrespect from the body. Finally, when one is finished with prayer, each Muslim must keep in mind a space for God and continue to worship through a busy day. The chapter from the Quran, chapter 4, verses 104. When you have finished prayer, you must remember Allah, while standing, sitting, and lying on your sides. When you are secure from danger, then observe prayer in the prescribed form. Verily prayer is enjoined on the believers to be performed at fixed hours.